There was once a young millionaire named Jack. At the age of 28, Jack had almost everything in his life, right from the best cars, luxury villas, and he had even bought a land on the moon. He was attending a high profile business seminar where an eminent speaker said, irrespective of how rich you are, you cannot take your money to heaven after you die. And during his entire speech, the speaker said this multiple times. Jack was sort of allergic to the word cannot because he believed that there was nothing which he could not achieve in this world. Next day onwards, whenever Jack was in the car, he used to speak to someone or the other about how to take his wealth to heaven. His driver was privy to all these talks, but he thought probably this weird desire to die down its own death. One day, Jack suddenly had to leave for an international trip, and he asked the driver to drive en route his secretary's house as he had to collect some foreign exchange. The driver asked, "Boss, why do you need a different currency? Why can't our own currency work in other countries?" Jack realized that the driver had no exposure to international travel, and so he replied, "Every country has their own currency, so we have to carry that particular currency as ours will not work in other countries." The driver asked, "Sir, I beg your pardon, but this week I heard you telling someone that you wanted to take all your money to heaven. And I was wondering if the same logic applies. Will this currency work in heaven?" The driver realized that Jack is now on a listening mode and continued, "Sir, actually, my mother used to always tell me that there is only one currency which works in heaven, and that is called karma." Jack looked into the rear view mirror and asked, "Now what is karma and how can I get it?" The driver said, "Sir, my mother used to tell me that when you do something with a good intention, it is called good karma, and when you do something with a bad intention, it qualifies for bad karma." The driver said, "Sir, if you remember last year, my son was sick and hospitalized, and you paid for his medical expenses. Both me and my wife prayed for you that day. So that is one good karma in your account. So when you look back, you will recollect such incidents where you have done good karmas and you have also some bad karmas." Jack was curious and said, "Okay, I'm getting it. But how would I know how much karma I need to go to heaven?" The driver asked, "Sir, do you have any proof of any place called heaven?" Jack said, "Well, I never thought of this, and I presume from childhood we all have been preached about a place called heaven, and I just went by it." The driver said, "Sir, my mother said when you start doing good karma, you start experiencing heaven on earth itself, and when you do bad karmas, you start experiencing hell right here." Jack jumped into the conversation even before the driver could finish and said, "I remember when I paid your son's hospital bill, that day I experienced happiness and I felt as if I was in heaven. But I also remember in one of a business deal, I did not disclose a potential risk to my business partner as I wanted the deal to go through. And though we made some good money on that deal, I could not sleep that night as I was constantly thinking, what if he finds out? How will I face him? In fact, even today, I have those thoughts and it makes my life hell." Jack said, "All this while, I was thinking of heaven as some destination where you will get to experience abundance of joy and happiness." And he started laughing in amusement. As the driver took the turn, Jack kept his hand on the shoulder of the driver and said, "Thanks, I think you have done your good karma for the day." So, dear friends, heaven or hell is not another destination. It is an experience which you create right here in this life itself by doing good or bad karma. And don't forget, karma is the only currency which works. And if you loved this story, please do share it with your family and friends. and see you around soon with another interesting story. Thank you guys. See you. Bye.